Welcome to Rock Around the Clock, Google Stadia news and gameplay live at the same time every day, Monday to Friday. Every day we check out the latest Stadia news across the internet live, closing with Stadia gameplay and chat with your host Rock and occasional guests. But first, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out on the latest Stadia news. If you'd like to support my content, please consider joining Team Rock by hitting the join button on this page. Hello, how are you? We're almost there. We're almost at the weekend. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I haven't got any echoes and stuff. I've been playing with things and that's when they always break. You know how it goes. Look, it's the 25th of August, guys. As I just said, it's Thursday, the day of Thor. Did you know it was named after the god Thor? It's indeed a little Viking throwback there, the day of Thor. But irrespective of that, I hope you've had a good one so far since we last met. It seems only 24 hours ago. What's that amongst friends, hey? Let's have a quick look and see who we've got in the chat. Why, we've got young Joe, Cloud Daming Gad. I've got to get those new teeth sorted. How's it going, Joe? How you doing, my friend? Joe had gone from 100 subscribers to 120, 20% up in, seems like next to no time. It's amazing. Well done, my friend. Awesome news. Humble, how are you? Hi to you too. Good to see you. Always get a fantastic turnout on the Rock Around the Clock show, which humbles me, I can tell you. Which is, I'm just going to push that down to there so I can see that. There you go. Look at that. It's awesome. So, anyway, Stadia news. There ain't been any. I knew this day would come. We've had so much over the last couple of days that, quite honestly, it's been, well, you know, we've had a lot of it. So, what the heck? But, let me just turn off that notifications. There we go. Oh no, my pleasure, my friend. Absolutely. Well done. And well deserved as well. Joe does some cracking content. Some really good kind of cerebral stuff. Makes you think about cloud and Stadia and games and stuff. So it's awesome. Really cool. So anyway, I just quickly ran around Twitter. See if I could find something that we could discuss, and I found a couple of things, so we'll do that and then we'll just get into the gameplay and we'll have a little natter and a chatter and a bit of bants, and you can ask me stuff, I can ask you stuff, we can do our usual thing, so it's going to be good. Young David and Bear, how you doing, my friend? Look at that, it's awesome. What's that other little character there? Is it like a little explosion? Like a speech bubble that's going, oh yeah. And look who's just joined us from the far fjords of Norway. It's young Martin, happy cloud gamer. What's he singing? Ma yahima yahoma yahoma yahahama yahima yahoma yahoma. Yeah, hello, salute, it's me, your happy cloud gamer. I bet I was absolutely bang on with that tune, wasn't I, Martin? I could tell it, mate. It was... Well, that's made my day, if nothing else will, today, I can tell you. That's absolutely brilliant. How much fun. That was a great chuckle, that were. So, let me zoom in over here on Twitter in preparation for the next screen, because it shows you all the freaking trending stuff, which I don't believe for 1 minute, by the way, is like literally trending for everybody. I firmly believe that it's what they think you might be interested in, because I've had people say to me, hey, look, XYZ's trending, and it ain't for me, and I live in the same town. Yeah. Did you like that, Martin? I thought that was rather good. You'll have to clip it. Get it out there, my boy. Get it out there. Right, now then, let's switch over to the news channel. Let's go. Here we are. We're over here now. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? Slightly shrunken. Look at me. I've got my Darth Vader t-shirt on today. It says something about emotions of a Dark Lord, and then they've striked it through and put Father Lord, which I'm sure in China or wherever it was printed they thought that was hilarious, but it's never really worked out for me. But it has got Darth on there, so what more can you want? So let's have a quick look at the old Twitter news then. What have we got going down here? Well, We have this one from Cloud Validation. I actually thought I added a few more. Or maybe I've done them in that order. Okay. And he just says, check this out, guys. 2023 is going to be a great year. Look at that. I've only got half an arm. See this? Vietnam. Vietnam, but look, oh, there it comes. Whew, thank God for that. This is going to be a great 2023 filled with OLED monitors. I am worried about that guy stretching it though. What's that all about? I think that's literally what they're saying. This is one of those pliant OLED screens that you can literally bend. So you could like bend the whole thing around or have it as a large flat thing. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could string a couple of bits of rope either end and use it as a hammock, especially if you were kind of small. Or maybe for the dog, David. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, I feel like I'm in a minx mood today. That's good, I'm glad. That's the kind of thing we want, isn't it? A little doggy hammock, and you can play games at the same time. I mean, what's not to love? He can't believe his eyes. But yeah, there you go. Look at that. Stretchy, bendy monitors. I wonder how much that is out of interest. It's just a 30-odd second clip. So, oh look, he's got a little t-shirt like me on. I bet his isn't funny either. Meanwhile, further down here, Clockwork Origins. These are the guys who have developed Tri-6 Infinite, which you all know is going to be yours to play this time next week as a Stadia Pro game. So 3 hours ago, they got together. They clubbed together and they afforded to buy a tweet. And it says, finally, I had time to write our own news for it. Tri-6 Infinite will come to Stadia Pro in September. All info's in our news, and when you have questions, just ask. So yeah, it's a week away. This is the game I'm really looking forward to. I wonder if they've got anything different if we click on this. Oh good, you still see it. That's awesome. Tri-6 Infinite, this is obviously just a news thing on their website in Stadia. It must be a pretty big deal for a studio, I would have thought. You know, if you had an exclusive, I don't know that it is an exclusive, I don't think it is, but if you had an exclusive deal with Steam or PlayStation or Xbox, within which they are giving it to their subscribers, and you are going to get, you know, money, not the full price, but a decent chunk every time they open it, and you're in with a good shout, because it's definitely a game most people are going to fire up, even if they only look at it for 20 seconds. It's which I doubt. I think it's one that people are going to really enjoy. I love the whole premise. I think it's going to be fun. So what have they got to say for themselves here? 5th, come to Stadia and PlayStation in 5th. Oh, PlayStation 5. Oh, God blimey. What have I got in me orange squash? We finally can announce Tri-6 Infinite will come to Stadia Pro already on September 1st. When you have a Pro subscription, you can play for no additional cost. The price for everyone else will be the same as our other platforms, €7.99 or USD. It's flipping cheap, actually. What's that? So, well, I don't know what it would be GBP, but you know, if it was in Pro, you'd be looking at about £7, say $6.99. That is ridiculously low priced. Wow. Well, they must have valued it. Maybe they're not that proud of it. The Stadia version runs at 60 frames per second in all resolutions. Wow. In all resolutions being 4K, guys. To be fair, it's largely light. I mean, in fact, if you look at this, I mean, this is it's not a screen grab, but they've obviously rendered some images from the game, and you can actually see, if you look around the wheel, it's not a perfect circle, so it's using fairly low value polygons. I think that's correct terminology. So in essence, you know, it's not got to do a lot of rendering graphically. It's going to be mainly around the light and light effects and smoke and all that kind of stuff. Hello, Trey. How are you, my friend? Oh, there you are. I thought I'd lost you there for a second. Good to see you as ever, as regular as rock clockwork. I love that. I might use that again. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was 4K 60, because there's no excuse for a game that isn't a full Unreal, Red Dead Redemption quality game to not be 4K 60 in fairness. We've seen the trailer a million times. I don't think it's going to be a new one. There you go, $6.99. Actually it is £6.99 on Steam. Sometimes they're a little cheaper on Steam in fairness, but they did say that it's the same price on all platforms. Yeah, there you go. So that's awesome. What's Martin saying here? So I do see a bit different perspective on Stadia now. Do you, Martin? Is that ever since I've been streaming, my friend? Have you thought, what a lovely friendly face of Stadia than before in late 2020 and 21? If Stadia keep working on tech to live stream to YouTube, we might see more streamers use Stadia. Yeah, I always thought, to be fair, that when things started to move for Stadia, we'd see some of the they weren't haters, they were just disillusioned, a lot of disillusioned people earlier on. And I think, to be fair, they've got a case, some of them a very valid case, because Stadia has obviously been on a journey. When it started, it's clear they had a model, they had a plan of how they wanted to attack the market. I think they thought we can hit this, we can be as big as Xbox, we can be as big as PlayStation, we can have our own studio, we could be the thing. And I think they had, ironically, a humbling experience. And they've had to go back to basics and rethink their whole approach. And along the way, for us that have been there since the beginning, it's been, it's been an unnerving thing to be on that journey with them and not get a lot of that information firsthand. Of course, we've usually only found out after the fact, which is, they're a business, right? I mean, Elon Musk isn't getting out there a year ahead of designing a new Tesla before they're ready to release that information and letting his fans on Twitter know, or actually is he? Yeah, I better wind that back. There's a reason he's constantly in trouble. So Humble says, yep, it's $7.99 everywhere. And that, as I've just said earlier, is £6.99 in the UK. Let me zoom in a tad here, guys, so you can see that. There you go. But you don't need to buy it. You don't. It's free. It's absolutely free. Look at this. And the good news, though, is if you had a friend that you thought you'd love to play this game with multiplayer, you could, for like the price of a round of Starbucks, you and your friend, you could treat them to the game. This could be their first game on Stadia. You could treat it to them. And then they'd have their own Stadia account with all the free-to-play games and 140 trials, let's not forget. And of course, a Tri-6 Infinite, so you can play with your best chums as well. And at that price, I mean, that's got to be like a Christmas present all round, isn't it? It's stupidly priced. It really isn't Clockwork Origins. It's a great price. Let's have a look at what else they do. Elemental War, Red Skies Ascension, that rings a bell. Played that? I don't know if I have, actually. It's no, it's not familiar to me. What about Elemental War? What's that look like? Oh, it looks quite interesting. It's got that kind of familiar World of Warcraft-y look, isn't it? That sort of RPG, Genshin kind of thing going on there. Yeah, interesting. I wonder where they're based, because I did note in the writings, there you go, they're based in Germany, a place called Erlangen. I did think there was some wording in there that was just not quite how you would normally write it in English, but Happy Martin says, and that will give Stadia the opportunity to get better deals on games. Yeah, absolutely. I genuinely, I've always been happy, within reason, to discuss anything about Stadia. Back in the day when everybody was out with the long knives, I was more than happy to go on a show, and I would defend it when I felt it needed defending, and I would criticise where I felt it was justified. And My feeling is, to this very precise moment, that I think they're on a roll. I think they have, they've worked out their model. They've got a strategy. I think it's funded. I think they've been working extremely hard behind the scenes to mend some bridges and get some people on board. So yeah, we're going to see some stuff. I honestly, I think the year's not over yet. We've still got, another 30 or 40 games that are due to come this year. I don't know the exact number. I did say I was going to look into that yesterday. But over and above that, we've got other things that are coming. I'm aware of one feature. You remember I said to you yesterday that I'd been told that Dead Island 2 was coming. Look at my giant hand. Look at that. Look, I could take over the world with that hand. I was also told, and I'm not going to say what, but I was also told about a new streaming feature that should show up before the end of the year, which had me going woohoo and fifth punching the air. So there's some great stuff to come. There's always some great stuff to come. Martin says, I agree with you, Adam. Well, thank you, Martin. It's very kind of you. And we have Master in the house. How are you, my friend, Master Gaming? I'm absolutely chipper, actually. We've got this show with very little news, but later at 8 p.m. my time, and I will know the other times off by heart, I promise you, but so it's 5, 6, 7, about 3.5 hours from now. We're launching Rock Players on my other channel, Rock Play, which you'll find a link at the very bottom of Rokk Show's channel. So you can go across if you want to. I've only got it's a baby channel. It's got 40 odd subscribers. I can't even afford yet to put a proper URL on it because you need 100 subscribers. So if you guys want to pop over and just put your moniker there and subscribe, I'd be a very happy bunny. And hopefully come back later. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be me and Holtz, he's a crowd favourite. He's always good value. And Dad Plays Games, Bjorn from Sweden. So it's a bit of a European outing, but we may add more folk in the future. We've got some people lined up who may want to come on board later in the year. And it's a massive remit. It's essentially gaming news from console to cloud. So we're not going to be doing all the gaming news. Even today there's a ton of it. But we're going to do some cherry-picked stuff. We're going to try and cover off all the new games coming to cloud and any game news stuff like Gamescom or what have you. So it's a different remit to this channel. So yeah, check us out, man. It's a pilot today, so it's going to be full of bloopers and stuff, but it'll all be fun. Oh, who else have we got here? Why, it's young Martin again. So I love to play the Elder Scrolls Online on Stadia on my Xbox Series X. It's 120 gig, yeah, and we all know the advantages of cloud, don't we? And slowly but surely, as it's being tried, we are seeing everybody else coming on board with it as well. Martinez, my good friend, who is not mostly Mexican. He is, in fact, a very beautiful mix of Mexican and Nordic on his mother's side. We found this out yesterday. I'm not letting any private information out. If you'd watched yesterday's show, you'd have found this out. I'm absolutely correct. Martin has a question. Wow, you're full of it today, my friend. Question: has there come something out of Colin at Gamescom for Stadia? I don't know. Fine, go and have a little look for me. And if you do find something, Martin, put a link up or DM me a link or something, because I haven't been keeping up with Gamescom today. But I would be certainly very keen to know if you found some news, because we haven't had a lot of it. Let's get back to Twitter. So we had a look at Clockwork Origins. And then John also, just to reiterate, just after about the same time, look, he went and looked at the same link as us, read the article, and indeed has delivered the fact that it will run at 60 frames per second in all resolutions and contains the same feature set on all platforms. So that's really cool. He hasn't mentioned, though, how flipping cheap it is. Unbelievable. August 17th, so we've covered that one. That's our news. I tell you what, though, fellas and fellaresses, before we do just disappear off to the game section, let's just have a quick look and make sure that there's been no update on the blog. A little refresh here. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they pop a new blog out on a Thursday. Nothing there. All right, let's have a look on Stadia dosage. Quick little refresh here. No, they're just telling us, as they did yesterday, that there are 140. Or you could buy in a holiday home. Here, look. I don't know what that's got to do with Stadia. Yeah. Yes, all the same news there. And then finally, we're going to have a little look at our friends at Stadia Source and see if they've got anything. No, they've got a quiet day as well. So it's a chilled Stadia day for news today. There was so much of it the last couple of days. The interesting though, Martin's going to toddle off and have a look and see if he can find anything out about, I think he said Colin, or it could have been Colin, little fella that I once went to school with. He may have some news about Stadia, you never know. He's only a little chap. He'd fit on that OLED as a hammock. He'd be able to sleep on that really nicely, bless him. Righty-ho-y, let's close that down and make sure that I've got my favourite gaming platform fired up. Somehow it had died. I don't know why. Where are you, Stadia? Why have you disappeared on me? This is very odd. Let me just float about the world here. Wow, this is interesting. My Stadia is not loading. We might have to do it from a browser. I haven't done that in a heck of a long time. Why is that not loading, I wonder? How weird. I suspect the instance of the browser that I was using has crashed. Highly likely. So it doesn't matter, because it'll be interesting to fire it up as a browser instance. And there we are. I just change. We'll flip over. Flipping it, Tucker. Rudigs, how are you? How you doing, bud? Hey, guess what? Let me just take us over to the news, and then I'll, the game screen, and then I'll tell you my game screen news. It just quietens the music and stuff. Right, you never guess what, mate. Quite interesting. You know, you were saying about, now what was it you said? You gave me some advice yesterday, and I went and followed it, and now I've forgotten what it was. But it was amazing advice in Stadia. But what I have done, I found, let me just get the Stadia screen up. There we go. And yeah, it's not the normal, it's not my normal screen, fellas, I'm sorry. But it's because that window, the browser, the app thing wouldn't, let me go, we hide that. The app wouldn't work, but I just, yeah, anyway, do you remember me saying to you about shaping weapons and stuff? And you said, yeah, it takes a hell of a long time. Well, I just happened to watch old Kakis. Hi, Rick Kakis here. And why didn't that switch to my other account? Oh, I'm getting really worried, guys. Add account. I don't want to do this. It's that one, because this is the one I used before. You see, before I got into streaming, this was my other account. And where is it? There it is. There it is. And oh, now I've got to check it on my freaking Galaxy S10, which, to be honest with you, I gave my daughter my iPhone 12 recently, which she then went and duly sold. Ah, bless her. That's my girl. But she needed a new one, and I'm going to get the 14 when it arrives. But in the meantime, sorry, I'm still trying to get this to work here. Yeah, in the meantime, resend it, please, Google. I got my old S10 out, and I absolutely freaking love this phone. This is why I could never get rid of it, because although I got my iPhone, get it sent to your tab, yes, on the notifications, nothing's come up. You can't do this to me, Google. I'm in the middle of playing a game here with some friends and stuff. Hello, bud. How are you, dude? Thanks for joining. Great to see you. Oh, wow. Amazing. So this is the fantastic time of the day and the show where we desperately try to find, let me go to this and see if this does it here. We're desperately trying to find the, tell you what, will it send me a text? Yes, it will. Send me a text. And that text is going to come any second, I know it. Oh, flip me. Anyway, I've been loving the phone. I really have. It's I've got it kind of working like my iPhone, which is something you should never say to folk. What? There we go. I've got it. You should never say it to folk who love their Androids. Get off notification over the top. That's a classic. Doesn't matter which brand of phone you use. Because we develop iPhone and Android apps, I'm very, very agnostic. I don't need to. I'm not a fanboy of any particular tech platform. And the same goes for gaming as well. Couldn't give a stuff about it. I will happily play in any of the game platforms that are out there. Wow, what have I missed out here? Yeah, so anyway, Rykakis, he was talking about a gun which you can shape in the new season, which he was like, oh yeah, he was explaining why it's amazing. And there's like a little tiny hidden quest to get this thing. And anyway, I got it, but I can't actually shape it because I haven't gone through the levels. And do you remember you said, I asked you whether it was worth doing, and you said, yeah, but it's a grind. And so I've got this amazing weapon which apparently has the best perks ever, but you've got to be like level 15 to unlock them. So but I'll send you the link if you haven't seen this, because you probably are there. Not much new stuff, says Martin. That's my roving reporter over at Gamescom. Thank you for that, Martin. That's really cool. The important thing is you had a look, my friend. He would. Did it go right or wrong? Well, it worked. I got the gun, and I'm up to 1572 now as well. I think I've got up to level 7 or something. But tonight, we're not going to do Destiny 2 again. We're going to play something a little bit more. Oh, the assault rifle. Yeah, no. It goes on to become. If you keep going, because it's like you've got to keep going, it becomes a linear fusion rifle. And it's apparently like the shape perks are something from another world. So yeah, you get to do that gun, the assault rifle, 2 or 3 times. But if you keep doing it, it keeps giving you, and then ultimately it gives you this linear fusion rifle, and it's amazing. But you just got to keep going through the whole process. So yes, it's worth doing. I don't know why I'm suddenly showing you this screen. It's the chat window. How bizarre. Let me change that window, because you don't want to see yourselves chit-chattering away, do you? Chit-chattering away. Why are you not showing up here? Oh man, we're having fun today, aren't we? Wowzer. Oh, there we go. We got there. That's good. Goody gumdrops. Right. The new Arc Linear. That's neat. Thanks for the tip. Yes, it's really good. He was really he was glowing about it. Oh, Rick Kakis. Do you know what makes me laugh about Rick Kakis? In the UK, a cack is another name for a poo-poo. So there's a little child in me that loves that. Oh dear. Anyway, sorry about that, Rick. I'm sure you're watching. So I thought we'd play a game that I wouldn't normally play, but largely because it won't take a lot of thought, and we can have a little chit chat at the same time, because that's the thing we love to do. And we can have a little natter amongst ourselves, can't we? Which can't be bad. So I'm just trying to think. I got a fair way through Those Who Remain, but I still have to go on with that. Let me just turn off my freaking notifications. Turn them all off, thank you. Not that it's bothering you, I'm hearing them all the time because I connected my phone to the PC, and you know how it goes. Also, Strange Brigade, yes. We got right to the end of this one when I was just doing the game streaming stuff. That's what we're going to play. We're going to play a bit of Strange Brigade, which is fun, actually. It's a great little game. Doop-dee-doo-doo-doo. I might just have to turn the noise down a bit, but we should be okay. And those of you that were looking in the description and seeing GoldenEye, yeah, I've been having a bit of fun this week. I had E.T. there the other day as well. I just thought, I wonder how many people would actually turn up expecting to see me play GoldenEye. The answer, none. All right, that's quite loud, isn't it? For you, I can see it banging about there. So we'll turn that down a bit. Not too much though, because it deserves volume. This game, it's a great fun game. Turn that down to there. Right, get the old controller out. Yeah, so I've got. Let me see. I didn't quite hit that properly. Let's get that up there. Turn that one down. That's better. I chose the wrong one. Hopefully you can hear that okay. Hopefully. Right, so the chat's going to appear above my head. Subscriptions and other stuff's going to appear over the top of that logo that you can see up there. Let me shrink that down. That's gone a little tad. There we go. Now you can see everything, can't you? How flipping awesome is that? Great little game, this. Those of you that used to watch me doing the game-only streaming stuff will have seen that we actually played through most of it. And we got young Grace here from Northern England, and we got almost to the very, very, very end. So there could still well be a good hour's time of this left. But hey, why don't we have a little go? It's fun as well. There's some lovely little quips. All right, okay, we're at a boss. We're straight into a boss fight. Oh dear. Which means I've now got to quickly remind myself of the mechanics. Whoa. Just want to check the audio levels. Look okay. I didn't last long there, did I? I knew that was going to happen. I met an untimely end. You don't say. I can come back to life though, because we've got some health stuff. So I need to quickly work out what it is I've got to do here. I shoot the dude. Pillars, right. Oh, I see the blue around the edges there. Right, okay. So this game's been kicking around as a Stadia Pro game for a while. It's one that I can't remember what else was a pro game at the same time, but it is one that a lot of you may have kind of gone, oh yeah, whatever. Oops, missed there. Oh, dagnabbit. Got to get him in the blue bits. Oh, look at this. Do you remember that film Jason and the Argonauts? No? Well, it was it was a 1960s film, so I can't be overly surprised, but it was been repeated a few times. But it was Harryhausen, who was famous for doing, I'm going to die again, aren't I? Famous for doing that kind of, I've got to be quicker with them, with those columns. Famous for doing the kind of, the animation where you'd move an arm, take a shot, move an arm, take a shot. Stop frame animation. Oh, flip. How do you survive those? There's got to be a way. And anyway, he did this film, Jason the Argonauts. Brilliant. And there's this like huge statues that come to life. Oh, we could just like that, in fact. So we still had a health thing. Right, we've got to be quicker now with these columns if we can get around in time. Open up. Whoops. One. Two. Quick, Gracie. Quicker than that. Quicker than that. Stop. One. Two.
If something makes that energy ball explode in its own face.
Let's see, do I have to shoot these things? Is that going to do anything at all? Shoot that energy ball in his face. With what? What have I got to do again here then? Energy ball. Oh, he's on the move. I don't know that we did any damage there, having achieved that little thing going on there. Look at that. Now, why would so many people leave? This is a fun game. And you can ask me stuff. And I talk, I'm like a really cheap dog that actually answers back.
Death, the undiscovered country from which...
Oh dear. Very odd. It's been a funny old day, actually. I'm not going to escape those freaking balls, am I? I did meet an untimely end.
That confounded blighters. The undiscovered country.
Surely
from
that's
which
impossible unless I'm missing something
Going to
here.
need bigger guns for that, lad.
Right. Bigger guns for that
guns
one.
at the ready, or that brute and its colossal balls of energy
I'm
will
not getting
have you.
anywhere with this. Let's choose a different game. Oh, we at least want something that we can... Hello, how did I go to Steam? What's that all about? What? How weird. I seem to have fired Steam up in a separate screen. Must have been... Oh man, I'm having one of those days. Must have been a keyboard shortcut. Yeah, it was all right, but I can't get my head into it now. Okay. Oh, Valiant Hearts. Yes, that's a nice one. That's a lovely game. There is a problem with it though. Oh, Chariot, how's it doing, bro? I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest. But do you know what? I have a fault. If I have to rinse and repeat on a game, I get so bored quickly. It's why I don't do games like racing games, because it's essentially the same thing over and over. The only differentiation is where you come in the overall race, and that bores the hell out of me. So I don't tend to stick around with them for long. No, Yars is not for me. Rudigs, you hit it on the nail there, my friend. Now I've got to be careful here, because I will get a copyright strike on this game. Let me just mute the audio for the game a second. And because it's beautiful, the music. Honestly, it's absolutely stunning. But when I last played this live, I got a copyright strike, which is fair enough, because it's beautiful music. But there is no option to, I don't think. Oh yeah, music. Turn it right down. It's a shame because it's gorgeous. It's one of the main things I love about this game, to be honest. And I'm relatively close to completing this one as well. Chariot, it was a great stream yesterday. I enjoyed watching you doing the old Saints Row, my friend. It was good to watch a whole bunch of people playing Saints Row and getting different opinions of it. I decided in the end that, as I've only just started the last one that came to Stadia, is it Saints Row 3, I ought to try and do a bit more of that before buying another one. Martin says, I think it's such a miss that Stadia aren't on every game event like Gamescom. I don't know. Is it? Is Luna there? GFN are there by the fact that Steam is there, or PC games are there, but not all of the games that you see are going to show up on GFN. Early days, I think, again, I said it earlier, I think they've got a very deliberate model right now. And they are working it through. And I don't think being... Okay, so they've just formed a new soccer club, right? And the first thing they did, because they had big pockets, was they tried to be a Premiership club, and then they got snubbed by all the fanboys of all the other clubs. So they decided to go back a few leagues and work their way up. What they don't want to do right now is be at the World Cup, Gamescom, amongst all those Premiership clubs who are just starting to feel warm towards Stadia. And if they turn up and go, hey, we're the same as you, yeah, we really are a great, a great alternative to PlayStation and Xbox, they're going to get that kickback again. So that's kind of how I think they're looking at it. I do think it's sad that they haven't done any of their own stuff. They used to do that show once every couple of months, didn't they, where they would go through new games coming and stuff. I forgot what it's called now. And they were cool. And they really should do that. But again, they've kind of, cut back on stuff. I don't know whether that, and who knows? You know what? It's hard, but I ought to really think about playing this game, didn't I? But that was selling to people that have already subscribed to the Pro games, so Pro subscription. So I don't know. Maybe their feeling is, there's not much point. I don't know. Maybe they're leaving it down to people like us and John and, Stadia Dosage and Stadia Source. Go on, slap him right up. No. Chariot Man Gaming, nice. I have not yet entered TikTok. Hope it's working well for you. Yeah, I've not done TikTok. I'm good, working on a TikTok video for Saints Row, Rudix. A lot of people have. Jeff Gignac plays on TikTok, doesn't he? He plays on TikTok, does a lot of TikTok stuff. Should do. I mean, apparently the kids tell me that it is a very... Oh, he's going down here. It's a great platform, and a lot of people that are on it seem to be doing very well with it, but it's a lot of work. I've got to put this thing together every day, and then after this show I usually take a good 45 minutes to put the thumbs together and optimize the video and social promote it, and then it's, yeah, I don't know that I can do that across half a dozen platforms. Martin used to work in a small oil company. Did you produce small oil, Martin? And back in the day, it was so important to get out there and talk with people. Yeah, but mate, I think that's a completely different industry. And you were selling it to mature business people, not, testosterone-fueled young'uns, which this industry is very full of, as you know. So we shall see. I just feel that if they turned up, they would be, at this point, people would ignore them. It's going to be a little while. Get rid of your light, dude. How can I possibly run underneath it with you there? Can I go this way? Yes, you can. So, yeah, I love this game. It is, it's about World War I, as you could probably see. But you get to, oh, there he is, when he turns back. You kind of have this kind of puzzling stuff going on. Can't remember how you, quick before his light comes on. But it also teaches you stuff about World War I as well. And I've learned a fair bit, actually. I knew a bit. So it does things like this. It throws up items or facts with these colorized photos, which are really interesting. And then obviously military police. So it tells you about World War I as well. If you play it, interestingly enough, with your mouse, I'll quickly do it with a mouse. Should work. It allows you to zoom in on the pictures. There's no way of doing that with a controller, which is so annoying. I discovered this when I was playing it on PC, Stadia on PC a while back. But look, he's found some kind of an ornament here, and I don't know whether this guy is noting it so that they can, keep a log, and if somebody comes looking for their stuff, I doubt that ever happened, to be honest. I mean, so much stuff was destroyed. But yeah, fascinating. Really interesting to see these. And then there's one here, look, managing the dead, these poor old ladies, in the twilight of their years. But I tell you something now, me saying this poor old lady, if you ever look at old photos of old people, they are, oftentimes they're not as old as they look. I remember watching some brilliant video from Victorian England, some of the oldest footage. It wasn't video, they didn't take video, it was film, of course, early stock. And there were some old ladies coming out the factory, and they were saying then, this little old wizened lady was probably in her 50s. I was thinking that's just the hardship of life back in those days. So, let's see what we've got to do. Oh, get out of it. We've got to grab this thing. Just trying to remember the keys. This is it. And rotate our way across. There we go. Oh, flip me. Got caught. Let's try again. Get the timings right here. Right, so he looks this way for a period of time, then he looks this way, walks, but he then comes back. So this is the time you need to do it. He's going to turn his light any second. All right, now the next guy, he stopped about, keep going, stops there. All right, let's go back. This guy's going to come back now. Go back, not sure how far he's going to come. Whoa, whoa. That was quick. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Producing small oil. That must have been quite a fascinating thing. Little Thumbelinas. Is another wheel to turn. What does this one turn? Drawbridge of some description. Or draw gate. Oh, flip. Run. Up the ladder. Oh, Can we jump over here? Another one. Have to get the apples. Oh. Merde. Oh, probably could have hit them with those apples. Oh, we can go across because they're so preoccupied with having seen an apple that we're able to quickly skiddle-addle-y over here. Right, let's get this up. Other way. Go on, 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 go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. That's it. A little bit more, a little bit more. Right, let's try that. Can we go in there now? Yes. Yes. If we're quick, we might be able to open this. Yep, take a note. There's little collectibles around the game, is like this, which you can collect. And then, let's pick that one up. Come over here. Right, not sure what... Oh, here we go. Got another little thing to drop down. Not sure what we use that pair of pliers on. There must be some wire that we've got to snip or something. Oh, yeah, it's down there. So, hopefully those dudes with the fixation on apples have gone and we can cut our way. No. There you go. Boing. This was, or is, a Ubisoft title. I'm not sure. It's either a Canadian or French studio. It's one of the two. I think it's Canadian. And it's one of the sort of projects they were... Careful. Grab a... Whoa. The thing with the bottles is you use them to distract. Go on, my old friend. What I'm hoping is I can just grab a bottle and distract. Anyway, we'll go down here for now because we don't need to do anything. Is there another one down here? Yes, there is. Oh, he's shining his light through here. Quick. Yeah, it was like a sort of a side project that they asked if they could put together. Clive, how are you, my friend? Gamer Stadia. Gamer is at Gamescom doing deals. Yes, exactly, Clive. And Clive knows these things, having come from that side of the trade. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what they're doing down in Germany. And Clive actually put me on to this game. He sang its praises so highly, and I've been dipping in and dipping out ever since and loving it. Right, let's smash that light. There we go. If we're quick, don't think we need to pick that up. We can make our way to the Scarecrow. What do? We plant the Scarecrow. We do something like that. Can't remember if you're holding the Scarecrow, you get away with them thinking you are the Scarecrow. Let's risk it. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, that didn't work. Hope you're keeping well, Clive, by the way. Let's try again. So you can't do that, but planting it didn't do a lot either. It's going to come back any second. Don't think we can hide behind it. I might be wrong. Let's just try walking up to it. Yes, you can. Good. So there you go. It's a makeshift shade. What's that down there? Let's pick it up. No, put him down and move there, mate. There was something underneath me. I need to move the Scarecrow out of the way so I can go and grab it. Do. There we go. Britons. That was young Kitchener, who I'm sure didn't care too much for the millions that ultimately would perish from being needed by his poster. There we go, we got round there. Nice. Not sure if we need to do anything with this. We'll climb over it. There we go. Oh, I wonder if we can take the Scarecrow with us. No. It's all good. Underneath. Right, he's moving. Sheep. Good old sheep. Yeah. Let's get the flock out of here. There. I can't work out if that was one of the Germans or the sheep. Actually, he's a German, isn't he? They're French. He's actually escaped from the French German prisoner of war camp. French prisoner of war camp. I beg your pardon. Thank you, Sean. And he's away. I think we've managed to. Trace light there, but another one going up soon. Quick, 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 quick. Timing's everything, isn't it? Go. Perfect. Go. Stay there. Rendezvous. I think we're through that little area. Who put a mouse there? Look. Rock now. Oh, well, no, run! Run, Rock! Three. Wow, that was lucky. Hello, bearded fellow. I was old Wilfried, look. 1914. He must have been young. He's only about 2 years old. He's got a beard. Is he going to pretend to be Wilfried in that uniform, I wonder? I think he might be. No, he should have done. That's what I would have done. Unless he did. Can't quite tell at this moment in time. They all look very similar, don't they? Carl. Oh, look. So they all think Carl is dead because they found his tag, but he fooled them. The Somme. Wow, this was the big one.
206,000 British soldiers
Mm.
their lives there.
Shall I show you something? I don't think I've ever shown this live, actually. David, you've come along at just the right time, my friend.
Was literally stuck in the mud.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to pause this in a second. I'm going to show you something related to the Somme, which is it's quite poignant, and I don't think I've ever shown it live on or recorded for that matter, but it is actually unique. Right, let's pause that. 1 second. This is, I think you'll quite like this. I'm just going to have to expose Vader. Hey. Right. If Clive's still watching, I think you'll find this really interesting as well, Clive. I don't think I've ever shown anybody this, actually, ever. So, a box, as you can see. Let me go back to, we'll come back to the game, but let me just go back to the me as a big screen. Here we go. I'll pause the music because it's poignant. And I'll actually hide the clock as well. There we go. And all this can come back tomorrow. It's all good. Right. Okay. So. Oh, that's interesting. Get rid of that. Okay. So, a box. About 2014. It must have been 2014 because it was either 2014 or 2016. I forget. But it was the anniversary of the Somme. And I got approached by an artist, actually, from North Devon, who was looking to do, he wanted to commemorate the 206,000 lives, the British lives that were lost at the Somme. No, nothing, no problem with lives from any other nation. There was certainly enough of them. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to make like a scaled model of every single life that had been lost. And he ended up making literally, I mean, he literally ended up with his hands bandaged because calluses, he had to make so many of these things. And ultimately, this is what he came up with. So this is actually to commemorate. It's called Shrouds of the Somme. And if you Google it, you probably, I don't know that the website's still up, but I got involved. I did the website and I did a few talks and a few bits and pieces. So this was actually one of, I mean, we all got, anyone that was involved were given one of these, and they ultimately were auctioned off to pay money towards the poppy appeal and all that kind of thing. But I also have, and this is unique, I have this one. Now, this was the first one that he actually made as a test. So it's really unique. There is this, I mean, I'm sure there are others, but this is literally the first one. And he sent me a letter, which it says, Dear Adam, that's my name. This is a prototype I made a long time ago. It's the only one made with black ties. So actually, it was that one, not that one, but that one is one of the first. Although it was not on the field, it was at the park in my bag in the tent. I would like you to have it as a way to thank you for all your help and work on the project. Thank you, Adam. Regards, Rob. P.S. Don't tell the other members of the committee, as I only had the one. Bless him. So yeah, this was the prototype that they made. These 206,000 of these he made, and then they were all laid out. They were laid out at various installations around the country, but the big one was up at the London Tower. And on the actual day of the commemoration, and there's photographs. So if you, let me tell you what, while we're here and I'm talking to you about this, because I've literally never shown this to anybody. It's one of those things. The other thing that I've got that's very dear to my heart is a ceramic plate, which is actually up in the loft, made by a lady who called Claire Milne, Milne. Now, anybody, you may be thinking the name Milne is familiar. The name Milne is familiar because it belonged to a man called Alistair A. Milne, who wrote the Winnie the Pooh books. And his great-granddaughter, Claire, was born severely disabled, bless her. She's no longer with us. She didn't live a huge amount of years. But she had a trust set up in her name, and I did a load of work for them as a charity. I donated a load of time, designed some stuff for them, and she made me a plate, a little ceramic tile with a leaf on it, which she hand painted, which was really cute. And they invited me over for Christmas lunch and gave me the plate and stuff. So she's no longer with us, but that's another thing that's very dear to my heart. You know, piece of uniqueness, if you like. But if I tell you what, while I've got your attention, if we go to the news screen and let me see, let me pull up a separate browser if I can. Here we go. And that's not now. Thank you, Edge. I don't need you to become my browser. And I'll just choose this new tab. Here we go. So let me just quickly Google Shrouds of the Somme, and then I can show you what they looked like when they were laid out, because it was a deeply moving experience. Genuinely, to see these things, and you're starting to get an impression already. To see these things laid out was moving, to say the least. I mean, you know, quite literally. So this was the guy. This was Rob. This was the artist that put these together. Now you can see all the way down through, and you can see the little shapes of the mannequins, the figurines here. Just to, you know, obviously the ones that I just showed you. And he handmade every single one of these and laid them out to commemorate the passing of everybody that there you go. And it's very similar, as I've just shown you, to the ones that as he said, the ones, and you can see his hands there, look, all kind of bandaged up and everything. Really quite moving. Lovely fella as well. But just when you just look at this and imagine these as a real live human being, imagine if this was a drone looking down over the top of 206,000 lives. And here they are. I think this is flip me, what's it called in France? Is it the Tomb of the No, this is in Belfast, beg your pardon. And they took it to various installations. And hey, David, how are you, my friend? It went to various installations, and as I said, I was here actually on the day. This is where I live. Well, not literally. It's the town where I live. But yeah, when you saw the extent of this, it was just unbelievable. It's just difficult to put it into words, really, what it looked like. Let me go back to. I'd love to show you when it was up at the Tower of London. They had a few things. They had some poppies up there as well, actually, which you could buy. I think we bought one, a ceramic poppy. There was lots of things that year, and some places did different things. So some people did these flags. That's actually to do with COVID. It's got nothing to do with the shrouds of the Somme. Yeah, I haven't seen the website. I think the website's been taken down now. It was a few years ago. What was the date on this? That was. Let's have a look. See if it's got a date here. No, just the month that it all happened. The Somme. Yeah, no, it's all gone. Someone else has bought the domain by the look of it. Shame. But there you go. I thought as we were playing the game, I thought you'd find that interesting. How many are there? 206,000, give or take, David, represents a British life that was lost just during the Battle of the Somme, which only lasted a few days. I mean, most of the damage was done in a few days. I think it was day 150,000 or something. I forget most of the numbers. At the time, I could have told you everything about it. So he made one of these to commemorate the anniversary. And Battle of the Somme. Let's just have a look here. 1916. There you go. So it was 2016 essentially, and yeah, pretty nasty business. Just a whole ton of lives wasted in the first couple of days. They just see if I've got the statistics here. Battle of the Somme, also known as the Somme Offensive, was a battle of the First World War fought by the armies of the British Empire, French Third Republic against the German Empire. It took place between the 1st and 18th of November, 1st of July and 18th of November 1916 on both sides of the upper reaches of the Somme. On the first day of the Somme, the German Second Army suffered a serious defeat opposite the French Sixth Army. And the 57,470 casualties suffered by the British, including 19,240, were the worst in the history of the British Army. This is on the first day, I believe. Yeah, it was just nasty. But yeah, he lovely fella. I'm not sure, I haven't spoken to him since. I'm not sure what he's done since. But literally every one of these, he made the shrouds and hand-stitched and stitched them on. And he had a warehouse. I mean, he had a barn full of them. He literally stopped working. His main income was through making the most gorgeous, handcrafted, very expensive tree houses, and sort of furniture and so on. He was a master craftsman, and he gave it all up for a year or maybe even 2 years to make these things. Just amazing. But what a thing to have as your legacy. Now, of course, they're by and large just photographs because they were all auctioned off for various charities and things. But there you go. That's what happened back then. And he gave me the first one ever made. Yeah, he gave me. I'll just show you again. So I was involved with the committee, and so largely around promoting it on the internet and doing the website and things, and did a couple of stood up and said a few words at various places because my granddad hadn't been at the Somme, but he'd been at Ypres in World War One. He'd been gassed twice, but he lived, bless him. But yeah, this was the prototype. This was the one that he made just essentially to establish how he would make them. And it's the only one, as he said in the letter, that's made with black ties. Or they are really, I mean, you look at it and you can't help but feel emotional. This represents a guy who maybe, there were kids in there, 16, 17-year-olds who, never saw another day. And this represents them. So although I keep it in this very nondescript cardboard box, it's actually got a lot of sentimental value. It'll never have any monetary value, and I don't keep it for that purpose anyway. But it's just it's a story, isn't it? It's a lovely story, and it's the first time I've ever mentioned that. So there you go, folks. Makes up for the lack of news, doesn't it? Right then, let's get back to the game. It just makes the game all the more poignant as well, I think. Yeah, as you can see, we Stadia got fed up with us and kicked us out. So back in the game, so there you go. So in the game, they're just about to enter the Somme. So there'll be some Somme stuff, no doubt, as well. Let's go. So this guy represents an American. Apparently, I can't remember the amount now. Several thousand different nationalities came to join the French in their battle against the Germans. Martin says, "I know it's off topic, but the Christmas tree in London that we get every year, it's a Norwegian spruce. Yep, for a thank you for the help England did by helping Norway." I didn't know that, Martin. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a gorgeous tree. I think last year's was a bit drab, but that's not your fault. Oh, look, I'm in a tank. Woohoo! And here he goes. I think I'm right in when I say that the tank is so called because originally they developed it by pretending that it was going to be used for carrying water around the battlefield. And of course, instead it was used as a mobile cannon, essentially. Here comes the Red Baron. 30, 40, 50, and get no more. No, I don't actually, David. I'm not really a collector at all. That was given to me for my involvement, as was the ceramic tile. No, I don't. I don't even have a collection of games, to be honest with you. You could count the amount of games that I have in physical packets on two hands, I would say, in shrink wrap that has been opened, because I've that's not a thing for me. I don't need to have a Pokemon this or a Mario that. Nintendo's just not. No, I'm not a collector at all. Never have been. To be a collector, you've really got to be passionate about it and be prepared to kind of take your collection out from time to time and enjoy it. And I can't think of anything. If I've got a game, the only way I'm enjoying it is playing it, And I'm just trying to think of the most recent game I did physically buy. Might have been Death Stranding, which was when it came out. Oh, flip, I got shot. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'm not like a lot of business people. I'm not materially minded at all. Money doesn't really interest me. My family buy me clothes at Christmas. I don't drive a car of my own. I don't drink, smoke, or eat out very often at all. I'm not passionate about the opera. So I'm really simple in my means. I could live happily in a tiny little house on the coast and just spend my days, right now, how are we going to get over this, down here, spend my days just, enjoying a simple existence. That would be me. Am I going to die here when he blows this up? Did I die last time? Indeed you did. So you've got to get up quicker than that. Right, let's try again. No, I tell you what I love is creating. That's what I really enjoy. What I'm doing here on a daily basis is more fun for me than most things, because we're creating content, we're sharing thoughts and ideas, and I'm never going to get up there in time, am I? Go on, go on, go on. It's impossible. I don't think I need to come all the way down, or do I? Let's try again. Just need old Giuseppe here. Right, here we go. Good. Let's get the hell out of there. Boom. I still died. Okay, I need to go back the other way then. Flip. Flip my neck, Tucker. Oh, no, too far. You're not going to make it now. No, Rock. Wow. How do I get... This is a dilemma. Let's try this again. Halfway. Go on, mate. Triggered. Quickly run the other way. How far do I need to go before everybody dies? No. Not at all. David says, not at all. I don't mean as much one who builds up collections, but more someone attracted to oddities and whatnot. No. I hear you. I understand you. You're right. I am attracted to oddities and whatnot. But I'd love to have a really lovely, for example, I'd love to have a really lovely insect trapped in amber from, Jurassic period. I'd love that. Something that you could get a magnifying glass up to and see even the little hairs and things. And to think that, say, for example, a petrified mosquito in amber, because it's basically been trapped in tree sap millions of years ago while it was just going about its business. And if you get maybe a mosquito in amber, as per, of course, the book Jurassic Park, it's probably got dinosaur blood in its stomach. That's that kind of thing I love. And I've always wanted to have a proper, like a piece of the Titanic. You used to be able to buy coal. They pulled up a load of coal, and that was kind of all you could buy. But let's see if this does it this time. How far do I need to go before I get blown up? There's more to this than meets the eye. What's this guy telling me? I love you. I can't go any further in the tank, I don't think. He's also saying, we all love you. I picked something up. Oh, dog tag. Okay. So you can't go forward there because they is doing their thing. We can't get in the tank and fire it. Berlin Wall. Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah. Of course, it's still kind of around, isn't it, really? Having said all that, though, I'm also conscious of the fact that when you take those things... Oh, another little thing, look. You are, it's a bit like going to some of these amazing Syrian ancient tombs that have been looted or smashed, or Iraqi. And by taking a piece of that away, you are effectively breaking history up, aren't you? So, I'm kind of conscious of that. What if I go the other way? What if I followed him? No. Where am I going to go? Maybe I've just got to run faster than the fuse to the right. We'll get there. We've tried just about everything else. Can you run faster than a fuse? Oh, you can stand on it. Right, okay. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to catch it up and stand on it by the looks. There you go, trial and error. Great, what a great name that would be for a... I'm pressing the wrong flipping... There it goes. For a firm of lawyers. Trial and error. Partners in crime. That would be so cool. I'm going to write that. Definitely an ethical dilemma. Yeah, you're right, my friend. Is it breaking history, as you say, or allowing it to be preserved? It depends, doesn't it? If you're grave robbing in order to sell it on for profit, then it's quite clearly not the latter. Not that that's what I'd be doing, but I wouldn't be buying. I wouldn't be in a position to buy some amazing 7,000-year-old scarab piece of jewellery. Martin's more of a minimalist, but I keep on to stuff that makes sense to me. Or, yeah, exactly, mate. That's pretty much where I am on things. Right, pick up a grenade and throw it. Can we climb up here? No, so do we just throw it to this box? No, we probably throw it up to that dude at the top there. Oh no, we can do that. That's cool. And if we get the other side, can we climb over it? I need to be the other side of it so that I can climb up on it, I think. How far do I go before I... Let's just push up and press X. No, definitely this way. What have I got to do to make you love me? Stop. Oh yeah, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Dude, I can't get over the box to push it close enough to do anything more with it. What was that? Oh look, pictures of the Somme. Here you go. The Battle of the Somme. Looks a bit too dry there. They've kind of given it a blue sky and stuff. The British initiated the Battle of the Somme in the aim of drawing the Germans out of Verdun to attempt a decisive push. For the first time on September 15th, 1916, assault tanks were used in combat. Of the fleet of 49 Mark I tanks, only 18 were operational and only 5 were ultimately used. Late November 1916, the Battle of the Somme came to an end. All in all, 650,000 German, 420,000 British, and 195,000 French troops were injured, killed, or went missing in action. Wow. Oops. That's what I wanted. No, I didn't want to see that. There we go. There's a tank, which looks very similar to the graphic, of course. Amazing. Amazing. Right, what have I got to do with this freaking... Oh, here we go. I did get over it. Push, push, push. And let's go and grab another grenade. And then we should be able to climb up. And I'm guessing throw a grenade up to there, where they're doing all the machine gunning and stuff. Boom. Oh, voila. And down, there we go. I'm going to grab one of these for luck. And we'll go back up. Oh, we can't go back up because he... no, of course he didn't blow it up, did he? Come on, lads! I think this is English we're running with here. There we go. Do I have to get back in the tank? Yes. Do I blow anything up? Yep. Yes or no? We'll just go over it. Oh yeah. Smash Rudies! Yeah, David, we were playing this game, and it suddenly occurred to me that I had something I could contribute to the whole conversation on the Battle of the Somme. Which has never had an airing before. Yoo-hoo, we got the Baron. Nice. It's a difficult one, you know, using war as the subject of entertainment. And obviously a lot of video games do. And some of them, you know, obviously very poignantly show the downside. Some of the Call of Duties that have... Is it 1? Or was that Battlefront? I can't remember now. The one that does about World War One. And each of the stories really poignant. And I think that's really important. Oh, look at this standoff. He looks more Russian than German, doesn't he? Oh, look at this. It's a duel. Oh, he's going for it. What happened? I smacked him. Go on in. Let's get your dukes up. Queensbury rules. Here we go. Biff. Oh, nice. Oh, there goes his medal. Look at that. And his tooth. His molar.
After too many missteps and too many battles lost, Baron von Dorf was demoted and moved far from the front lines. For him, a fate worse than death.
Sorry, Vindorf.
January 18th,
1917.
Emil, still bedridden, beseeched Anna to travel to San Miel
With
to
her
find
doggy.
his daughter and share the sad news of Karl's death.
No, Carl hadn't died. We found this out. So I'm going to end it there, my lovely folk. One, because there's only me and 3 others watching right now. And 2, because I need to go and prep for the forthcoming Rock Players, which, as you all may or may not know, is